No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Everybody. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning and happy Father's Day, all the fathers. Yes, please stand and join us for the first song.
Brilliant night sky, here for each other in joy and pain. Grateful for this family, spiritual community. The love we share is sunshine after rain. All is well when we are together. Greater, stronger, all is well. All is well when we are together. Deeper, kinder, all is well. Oh, 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 oh. When we're together, it feels like home. Kindred spirits never alone. Let's join voices and sing our song. Music is the food of love. At this table is more than enough. In this moment, take a breath and sing along. All is well when we are together. Greater, stronger, all is well. All is well when we are together. Deeper, kinder, all is well. All is well when we are together. Greater, stronger, all is well. All is well when we are together. Deeper, kinder, all is well. Oh, 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 oh,
Renaissance. Good morning. You guys make this so easy. I'd like to welcome everybody here, whether you are in the sanctuary, Meyer Hall, online. Just know that our hearts are in gratitude for our time spent together here, now, and always. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of our way shower, Jesus, and the power of affirmative prayer. Unity honors all universal truths in all religions, and we honor your path to make your own decision on spiritual path and discovery. Each week, we go over our vision and our mission statement. So our vision statement together is a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And our mission statement is, together, we transform lives that transform the world. Now I ask you to settle into your chairs as we go into our opening prayer. Take a moment to pause, sit, and bask in the gratitude. And as we lean into our inner strength, it connects us to God, that strength sustains us. As we rest in this moment, we affirm that our time together strengthens the love that we have for each other, ourselves, and this community. We enjoy spending time together. We enjoy basking in the divine love that each of us shares. We honor each other's path, and we honor the love that we have inside of our own hearts. The gratitude fills us, it strengthens us, it grounds us. And we walk through our day with that knowing of the love that connects us to the divine inside of all of us. And so it is. Today, I'd like to reintroduce over again Reverend Richard Mekdeci. He's going to be giving the talk on Father's Day he's doing the Father's Day message. Sorry, thank you. I don't know if you guys pulled in, if you saw the yard over there, but the Mighty Men of Unity and the Sisterhood teamed up. I mean, this is the first time they've ever teamed up for such an incredible occasion to clean up our beautiful, beautiful grounds. So if you have a moment when you get done with our service today, please take a step outside, take a look around. Ed Rosequist did ask me to mention to you that there is a little bit of poison ivy on the left side, so just be mindful it'll be cleared up in the next week. Look, that's Lisbeth on the tractor. But what an incredible experience. Honestly, they really just went together and just through the love action of unity. Isn't that amazing?
Good morning. I'm Paul Mitchum, and first of all, I'd like to acknowledge Laura Davis, this is the first time today being a ministerial host, and so I just want to say, Laura, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So today I'm going to talk about Juneteenth, and before I get to that, I just wanted to say something to everyone who's asking or who may be wondering. I'm feeling really good today. Okay? I'm just going to say that. I'm feeling really good today. So, prior to the Civil War, many thousands of enslaved persons set their minds, focused their hearts, and invoked their free spirits as they planned their run to make their escape from oppression, hardship, and bondage. Sometimes their escape lasted just a few short steps or only for a brief period before being recaptured or killed. But for those that did make it, they experienced the joy and the elation of freedom, freedom, freedom. On January 1st, 1863, it was proclaimed that the 3 million plus enslaved persons within the rebellious state territories in the Confederate South were free. The Civil War ended April 9th, 1865, with the surrender of the Confederate Army of the South at Appomattox Courthouse. It took months for the Union Army to finally reach what is symbolically referred to as the final group of enslaved persons to hear the news in the southern tip of Texas. In Galveston, Texas, on June 19th, 1865, General Order Number 3 was read. The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with the proclamation of the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves the absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that of employer and hired labor. June 19th, 1865, a day of joy, a day of elation, a day of freedom. Right. In the United States, enslaved people of African descent have always shaped American culture to be our own. You see it in music, clothes, and in food, but also in our language. Today, this holiday today is Juneteenth, not June the 19th. Yeah, it's a black thing. It's been celebrated in many African American communities, especially in the South, and it's been a day of celebration, but also a time to focus on making a tangible, positive difference in the community. In 2021, 156 years after that first Juneteenth celebration, the United States federal government finally made Juneteenth a nationally celebrated federal holiday. So that's tomorrow. So happy June 19th. Elation, joy, freedom, freedom, freedom. Right. So, here today at Unity Renaissance, let us not only recognize and celebrate Juneteenth, but take action to make a tangible difference in our community. There are many ways you can make a difference. One way is to support African American-owned businesses in this community. Black-owned businesses have found success as consumers have become more intentional about their spending and support. We all have the opportunity to seek out these businesses to support. We made these flyers with a QR code to scan with your phone. You will see them in the Northex in Meyer Hall. Scan the code on the flyers and go to this website for a source of guidance and information. Other ways, attend the Pride Festival and visit Unity's info and table booth in support of your LGBT queer family and friends. Volunteer at events like yesterday's grounds cleanup. Volunteer for other events here at UR. If you want to volunteer, please see Quintina. She's teaching today in YFM, but you can see Quintina Harris out there, and if you want to volunteer for any of the opportunities we have. Let's set our minds, focus our hearts, and invoke our free spirits today to make this commemoration of Juneteenth a day to celebrate, a day to take action, and a day to honor the spirits of all those enslaved persons who made a run for freedom. As we do, we all experience what they sought, the joy and the elation of freedom. Thank you.
Wise words. I like that you can volunteer. That's one way you give back. It's not an obligation. It's not a chore. It's not a duty. It's the way that you give, and the more you give, the more you receive. Now please stand and join us.
for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. For the light and the shadow, for the triumphs and trials, for the moments of mystery, for the sorrow and the smiles, for the peace and the conflict, for the silence and song, for the calm and confusion, for the winter and the warm. Oh, Mother of my heart, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Mother of my heart, thank you for the blessings of the day. For the light and the shadow, for the triumphs and trials, for the moment of mystery, for the sorrow and the smiles, for the peace and the conflict, for the silence and song, for the calm and confusion, for the winter and the warm. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time in the service. We're going to turn to our neighbor and greet them with a bow, a handshake, or a hug. And please repeat the divinity salute to them. The divine in me greets the divine in you, and we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God.
Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance. Here in the building, watching online, in the, yes, that. My name is Peggy Taylor, and it is such a delight to be a platform hostess for this wonderful church, these beautiful people. It's wonderful to do that today. I am going to want you to join us in our affirmation, and it is, let's say it together. I bless my father and the men who have shown me fatherly kindness. Indeed, they are fathers, whether they help give birth to a child, but anyone who gives us love, a father who gives us love. Today, I'm going to read our daily word. Today, I bless and give heartfelt thanks to my father and the men who were fatherly figures to me. Their protecting presence, wise guidance, and caring instructions have helped me be the person I am today. I bless my father and those who shared a father's love and care with prayers of appreciation for my memories throughout all the seasons of my life. Through good times and bad, I see God expressing through my father and the men who have shown me fatherly love. I bless them with prayers of gratitude, affirming they know the love and care of God as they have shown it so generously and faithfully to me. Our scripture today is from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. If you would like prayer support today, we have several options. You may fill out a prayer request form from the prayer table by the chapel, or submit a prayer request on our website, unityrenaissance.org. You may also call the Unity Prayer Ministry, Silent Unity, anytime, day or night. And that number is on this page here. On the screen. It's not a page, but on the screen. 816-969-2000. For those who are here, we have prayer chaplains. Yes. Loving prayer chaplains available to pray with you after the service. Would our prayer chaplains please stand? We appreciate you for being there for others in love and prayer and having a God energy in that room. When you go in that room where they are, you already feel some healing coming within you, whatever it may be. I would just suggest that if you just want to sit there for a while with them, it's worth it. I want to thank you guys. I've been in their room, and I'm speaking from what I experienced. After the service, they will be located in the chapel, which is just outside the sanctuary doors, past the bookstore. So now will we please rise, and let's sing the Lord's song. Thank you.
Holy Creator, we praise your name. Your will in heaven and earth the same. Supply our needs, Lord, from day to day. Let your forgiveness light our way. Lead us away from temptation's hold. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
praise your name.
hallowed be your name.
Your will
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
supply
Give us this day our daily bread,
Lord,
and forgive us our debts, as we have also forgiven our debtors.
forgiveness light our way. Lead us
And lead us not into temptation,
temptation,
but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
for all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Amen.
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 seated. Back when I was a child, before life removed all the innocence, my father would lift me high and dance with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep. Then up the stairs he would carry me, and I knew for sure I was loved. If I could get one final chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd play a song that would never ever end. Oh, I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. When I and my mother would disagree, to get my way I would run from her to him. He'd make me laugh just to comfort me, yeah, yeah. Then finally make me do just what my mama said. Later that night when I was asleep, he left $1 under my sheet. Never dreamed that he would be gone from me. If I could get one final glance, one final step, one final dance with him, I'd play a song that would never ever end. Oh, I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. Sometimes I listen outside her door. I hear how my mother cried for him. I pray for her even more than me. I pray for her even more than me. No, I'm praying for much too much, but could you send back the only man she loved? I know you don't do it usually, but dear Lord, she's dying. Dance with my father again. Every night I go to sleep, this is all I ever dream. Dance with my father again.
Amen is right, Alice. That was beautiful. Thank you, Boyd. A dad was known to say once after having 3 children, I have child-proofed this house from top to bottom. and they still get in. My favorite one is from one of my favorite comedians, Rodney Dangerfield. He said, my wife said the kids are spoiled. I said, they smell all right to me. The only two good father jokes I could come up with this morning. Today is the day we celebrate fathers, grandfathers, stepfathers, and father figures. Because I never had children of my own, I would fall into the stepdad category, aspiring to be in the father figure category. Like most young men, I had planned to get married and fall in love and have a family when I was going in my 20s and 30s, but it just wasn't in the stars for me. But I still wonder almost every day what it would be like to be a dad. Today, fatherhood has changed quite a bit from the example I had, and probably many of you had, growing up. My mom and dad were very old school. They were born in a little town called Adams, Massachusetts. They were first generation coming over from Lebanon with our families. And they had very old school gender roles. This was in the 19th. They even called Lebanon the old country, so that's how old school they were. And my dad lost his dad very early in life when he was about 3, and leaving his mom to care for his younger brother, him, and his 2 older sisters. So they had a rough time of it growing up. He helped out by hustling pool and boxing. That's right. I didn't get any of the boxing things, so don't come up trying to pick a fight with me. And as a result, Dad was raised to believe that a father had one job and one job only, and that was to provide for the family. And he did that very well. My brother Mike, who's 10 years older than me, said that Dad was never out of work a day in his life. And he said, except with one exception. He was fired from being the floor manager at the Berkshire Mills, where he worked, for organizing a labor union. His bosses said, if you organize this union, you're out of here. And Dad went ahead and did it anyway. Yay, Dad. Helped his friends and coworkers, and it's a union that existed until the mills closed many, many years later. When my dad was young, he got an infected ear in his left ear. He had to have all of his inner ear removed, and this kept him from being in the service. Excuse me. He really wanted to serve in the military. He probably would have made a career of it. But not being able to be in the military meant that he had to find other ways to provide for his family. And he worked many, many jobs. I remember in the 50s, he worked for Gulf Life. He would go into the poorest neighborhoods in Orlando and collect pennies from the people who had purchased life insurance from him. My brother said he'd bring these big old pockets full of pennies home, and they'd roll them up at night, and he'd take them into work with him. Over the years, he was a milkman. He sold women's shoes. We had a neighborhood grocery store on and off for several years. He had his own cabinet shop. He was a gifted carpenter. He made kitchen cabinets. He also kept the books at my junior high school. He was good with numbers, and probably lots of other jobs I never knew about. But he was also the family barber. He would cut all 3 of our boys' hair, so definitely earned his keep. So Dad did provide for us financially, but he had pretty set ideas of the gender roles back then, okay? In other words, I never saw him cook anything except popcorn and his morning eggs. I don't know if he ever changed a diaper or if he ever made our lunches sending us off to school, but generally he wasn't what you would call a hands-on dad. Right? We never played catch or wrestled on the carpet or went fishing together. He never really gave me any fatherly advice that I can think of. Even though my dad was very deep and spiritual, he had a great sense of humor, though, which he passed on to me, which is who you can blame for all my terrible jokes. And growing up, I always had this feeling that Mom and Dad just had their hands full with my other brother, Dennis, trying to keep him in school and out of trouble. He was the middle child, wasn't a bad kid. I think today they would probably say he's too smart. He was just bored, and they'd push him ahead a couple grades. But back then, he was considered a troubled boy. But so I was pretty much left to myself. I had no curfew. I had no set bedtime. I basically kept to myself, coming and going as I pleased, practicing trumpet, writing songs in my bedroom, doing my homework like a good boy. Always wanted to be a good boy, got to stay out of trouble so Mom and Dad didn't have to worry about me. I was basically their little self-cleaning oven. They're just Okay, you go do your thing. So not surprisingly, today, if I want to move from stepdad to father figure, I might not look now to my father, the generation before me, maybe not even to my own generation, but to today's fathers, today's modern fathers in this generation after mine. Parents in their 30s and 40s today are rejecting traditional roles of parenting. There's a survey by the Intelligence Group, which is a consumer insights company, and they said that more than 2/3 of the millennials say gender no longer defines destiny, destiny or behavior as it once did. That's 7 out of 10 millennials who say that men and women no longer need to conform to their traditional gender roles or behaviors, and that's a very good thing. Now, I know you all miss Paula talking about her kids and grandkids, so I'm just going to do that for you today. Because the closest to a father I have ever really been is being a stepdad to Paula's 2 wonderful children, Ben and Emily, who gave me my first ever Father's Day card and gift less than a month after our wedding on my very first Father's Day. And this is the mug. It says, #1 stepdad, all right? And down here it says, Happy first Father's Day, Richard. Love, Emily and Ben. Isn't that great? Thank you. I was really touched by that little gift, and it's, for the first time, it kind of gave me a sense of what it might be like to have kids that love and honor you. They were in high school then, but today they both are married, have wonderful spouses and families. Both parents, sometimes on a daily basis, fulfill all of the roles that were previously assigned to father or mother, dropping off, picking up, feeding, changing, bathing, providing for them, teaching them, playing with them, all of that stuff. I see them both do on a daily basis when they visit us. And after 5 years of watching these 2 young families learn the ropes of parenthood in the 21st century, I'm starting to be convinced that the names mother and father are just roles that we play in this grand musical of life, and maybe fading into obsolescence. There's no longer the traditional mother and father roles for them. It's all simply just parenthood. I asked both Ben and Rich, Emily's husband, what fatherhood means to them, and they were kind enough to send me a very thoughtful and thorough reply. Do you mind if I do this, Sandy? Let me see if I remember. Yes, okay. So this is Rich, and that's Maya, and 6-month-old Max. Then Rich says, the big picture, being a father means raising my children to be independent people who will have a positive impact on people around them and the wider world they'll inhabit. That means teaching them how to be kind and respect each other and be good stewards of their community and their environment. It means being a supportive partner to my wife, Emily, to make sure we break out of traditional gender roles and have a truly equitable division of labor when it comes to the kids and our home life. And then he ends with, being a father can push you to the limit at times, but I'm convinced it's the greatest gift life can give you. And then I asked Ben, he's the father of 6-year-old Vivian. They're always doing stuff together, always smiling and laughing. Ben says, being a father is the most important and most meaningful responsibility I will ever have in my lifetime. To me, being a dad or mom affords you the opportunity to create, mold, and shape the best possible human. With each passing day, the journey with Vivian keeps getting better. Our conversations get deeper. We learn more and more about the other and laugh harder and have more fun. I wouldn't change a thing, and this is only the beginning. It's been a complete joy watching these guys raise their families and watching the children grow, learning and experiencing the growth phases that they go through. And even though I may not know what it's like to be connected by blood, I love and care for those kids more than I ever thought I would. And I've learned a lot about how to be a father figure from them. So here's a couple things that I've learned about fatherhood from Ben and Rich. And of course, I have to include Emily and Riley in this list too. Number 1, when a child is pushing your buttons, you keep loving them anyway. That one surprised me. I was like, I'm going to strangle that kid. No. Keep loving them anyway. Number 2, never criticize your child for something they can't help. Number 3, keep your cool when your child drops, spills, or missteps while exploring the world. Instead, just take that journey with them, that journey of discovery with them. And I've seen that played out many times. It's just very impressive. Number 4, take care of yourself. Practice self-care so that you don't ever say things you don't mean or may regret. It's a very important one. Number 5, find activities that will wear their little butts down so they'll take their naps and go to bed on time. Yeah, I'm on board for that. Number 6, this is good. Instead of a flat no to a request, give them choices and make either of those options you can live with. So they're always thinking that what they did was their choice. And finally, number 7, enjoy your children. I was going to say try to enjoy your children, but I think a real father would just say enjoy your children. Enjoy your children. You know. So thank you, Ben and Rich. I'm looking forward to learning even more about you guys, even learning even more from you as the kids grow. And so by breaking out, this is the thing, by breaking out of these traditional gender roles, modern parents today are learning how to express their wholeness in their lives and in their natures, and passing the model of wholeness down to their children, creating a whole nother next generation of spiritually and emotionally whole and balanced people. And that's what I mean by it's a very good thing. So I'm going to close with two more examples of fathers who have inspired me from right here in this congregation. And the first one, let's see if I got, the first one is Jordan Clendenin. He's the son of our YFM co-director, B. Clendenin. And Jordan and his wife, Sabrina, are the parents of Sienna, Audrina, and Sydney, who you've often seen up here displaying their talents and really awesome cuteness up here. Jordan and Sabrina also run a very successful marketing company. So this says, Mom shares touching lunch note tradition between husbands and daughters. So every day Jordan would drop notes into the girls' lunches. Sometimes they're funny, life-affirming notes, sometimes humorous or silly notes into their girls' lunches. And one day Sabrina came across a drawer full of these notes, hundreds of them, that the girls had saved. And it was a very emotional time for her, and she posted her emotional reaction on TikTok. And Jordan and Sabrina ended up telling their story on the Kelly Clarkson show. So it made it all the way there, demonstrating what a true modern father is like. Oh, and as a footnote to this, how modern parents divide their roles, I asked B, I said, can I have Jordan's email to get his permission to talk about him today? And B went and asked Jordan, and B said that Jordan said, that's Sabrina's area. You're gonna have to ask her. So that's roles that clearly cross gender boundaries. And the second father I'd like to honor from right here amongst us is this man, Dr. Shafiq Amin. He's the father of 21 years, so he's got the experience. And when I asked Shafiq what fatherhood means to him, he was kind enough to reply with this beautiful note. Fatherhood is the quintessential act of selflessly giving your time, energy, and knowledge towards the benefit of the family unit. He said, God has placed you at the head of the house and as the anchor that supports the mother in guiding and structuring a household that produces children who will be a benefit to society. Thank you, Brother Shafiq. So Ben's daughter, Vivian, who's about to turn 6 in July, she was the first baby I ever held. And with her entrance into the world, I received the honorary title, Popster. But I have yet to change a diaper, burp a baby, get thrown up on or peed on, worry about college or the best daycare, get up in the middle of the night to comfort a crying child, buy a stroller or a car seat. I never really had anyone who depended on me for their very life. Also, I haven't passed on my DNA. There's no one out there with my eyes, my hair, my love for music. And I've also never experienced parental love. It's the love that they say can be like no other, a love that is said to be greater than love of self. Parental love is a love that can cure us and matures us. It's a love that can really complete us. I realize today that both my mom and dad were doing the best they could with what they had. But growing up, I thought my dad was great. I was never afraid of him. He never struck me, barely even raised his voice to me. And he hardly ever rejected to anything I asked if I could do. So I may not have gotten a lot of fatherly advice from him, but I knew he loved me. And I knew that under that stoic surface, there was a lot of regret in his life. So I'm looking forward to creating a lot of precious memories and learning more and more how to be a better popster in the lives of these two families and their grandkids and their kids. And in the process, as I learn to change diapers and soothe bumps and scrapes and provide and nurture, I hope to find balance and wholeness in my own life. So today, take the time to reflect, to remember, honor your fathers, the good, the bad, or the ugly. But mainly today, honor the qualities of fatherhood that we all have within us, and seek to find that balance between the inner masculine and the inner feminine, the yin and the yang, the nurturing and your reasoning sides, between the mother in you and the father in you. Let's take a few moments of meditation. So as we take a few deep breaths and bring our attention into this moment, into this now moment where everything exists. They say there is no spot where God is not. But God is not in the past. God is not in the future. God is right here in this present moment. So as we take a deep breath, release that breath, and follow that breath deep, deep, deep down into your soul, where that divine dwells within you. And from this space, consider some of the qualities of fatherhood. Protective, playful, courageous, a provider, trustworthy. Now consider some of the qualities of motherhood. Nurturing, patient, empathetic, resourceful, forgiving. And now find all of those qualities within you. They are all within you. And they come from that divine center of your being. Jesus said, when you make the two into one, when you make the inner like the outer and the outer like the inner, the upper like the lower, and when you make male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be male nor the female female, only then shall you gain the kingdom. Jesus was teaching us the importance of balance in our inner and outer lives, embracing and expressing all the qualities of male and female within us. So as we enter into our few moments of silent prayer together, breathe deeply. Follow that breath through your nostrils and down into the part of you that is perfect and divine. And just consider for a moment that wholeness is your very nature. Today we give thanks for those in our lives who display and demonstrate the qualities of fatherhood. We give ourselves permission to express our full divine nature. You are made in the image and likeness of the creative energy that brought all we see into being, and that includes the masculine and the feminine. Say with me, today I express my wholeness. Together? And so it is.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through expression of your unfolding love.
Oh, thank you, guys. Well, we have a special treat for the fathers today. Oh, is that for me? Thank you. Father's Day talk from a non-father. I thought I did all right. So today we have a special treat. I'm going to call all the ladies in the audience up here, and we're going to have a special song for our fathers out there. My girl. Are you ready, ladies? Come on up. I got your words right here. My guy. Did I say my girl? Well, it says my... Oh. Hey, it's my guy, not my girl. Sandy, can you change that? Smokey Robinson did not write. Oh, wow. Okay, you can hand them out. All right, ladies, just come on up here. She's got them here. I'll take half of them. All right, we only got like 20 up here. You might have to share. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, we can share. All right, Lily's going to come up and lead you guys. She's got it down. Who else? All right, guys. Are you ready? All the fathers, raise your hands. All right, all the father figures. Are there any father figures up here? Probably. All right, everybody sing along, dance along.
I'm assuming you all know the song a lot better than I do, so you guys got this.
Many more. Hang on. Let everybody get the words here. Hey, we got it. Everyone good?
One more.
Are you guys ready?
All right, you all ready?
1,
2, ready, and nothing you can say can tear me away from my guy.
My guy.
Nothing you can do, 'cause I'm stuck like glue to my guy. I'm sticking to my guy like a stamp to a letter. My birds of a feather, we stick together. I'm telling you the start, I can't be torn apart from my guy. Nothing you can do could make me be untrue to my guy.
My guy.
Nothing you could buy could make me tell a lie to my guy. My guy. I gave my word of honor to be faithful, and I'm gonna. You best be believing I won't be deceiving my guy. Matter of opinion, I think he's tops. My opinion, he's the cream of the crop. As a matter of taste, to be exact, he's my ideal. As a matter of fact, no muscle-bound man could take my hand from my guy.
My guy.
No handsome face could ever take my place of my guy.
My guy.
He may not be a movie star, but when it comes to being happy, we are. And I'm man today who can take me away from my guy. There's not a man today who can take me away from my guy. There's not a man today who can take me away from my guy.
The ladies of Unity, raise your hands. My guy, give me a hand. Yeah, ladies. Woo! Careful, everybody. Anyone need some help?
This is the time in our service where we share in our offertory love offering. It's important to remember in our hearts the joy of giving When we give to others, we also give to ourselves, increased and multiplied in fashion, form, and in feeling, because we feel it, right, when we're giving in gratitude to others. You can give online to our website or on the app. If you go on the app, there's a little heart down at the bottom. It says give underneath. You click on it, takes you to the Tidely. You're good to go from there, follow the prompts. If you're in the sanctuary or Meyer Hall and you choose to use cash or check, there is a love offering basket in the back. There is also the easiest way is to text give and the amount of your choosing to
540-418-1228. Text now. Yeah.
Please join me in our offertory blessing. Hold your offertory blessing in your hand as we say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful.
Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Back in good measure, it's given back to you. He doesn't fight crime or wear a cape. He doesn't read minds or levitate. But every time my world needs saving, he's my Superman. Some folks don't believe in heroes 'cause they haven't met my dad. He loves his workshop and rock and roll. He's got a hot rod and a heart of gold. And you could say he's a man of few words, but he talks a lot within. And even though I'm a little taller, I still look up to him. He built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. Rust-ridden fenders and doors full of dings. Somehow he can fix about anything. I didn't think he knew how to cry till our dog died last year. He doesn't always say I love you, but I can hear him loud and clear. He built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. Built me a house in the arms of a tree. He taught me to drive and to fight and to dream. When he looks in my eyes, I hope he can see that my dad's a hero to me. My dad's a hero to me. My dad's a hero to me.
And anyone who met Scotty will agree he was a true hero. And he would be absolutely overjoyed with the person that you've become. I love you.
We'd like to welcome. Woo! What are we going? We'd like to welcome the folks that are here for the first time today. If you'd raise your hand, please. Keep your hand raised. As our ushers come around, they will give you a packet. In that packet, you'll find information on unity. You'll also find a gift in there. There's also something called the Daily Word. It's my favorite. It's a great publication. I hope you read it from front to back.
Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up.
Yeah.
There's also a card in the back. If you guys fill out the card, take it to the bookstore, you'll also get an additional gift. Is that everybody? Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. The office will be closed Tuesday, June 20th, the entire day. We have elections that day. So the campus will be completely closed, and yoga will also be canceled, but it will resume business the following business day.
Well, on June 22nd, Katie Cook would like to welcome all of you to a potluck in Myers Hall. It begins at 5:30 p.m. and all are welcome. Bring a dish to share and meet others who might enjoy practicing or learning yoga and Tai Chi. That should be interesting for those who are not taking that class already, but you can get a good look.
We'd like to invite Carol Ann up here for her spotlight.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am so delighted to be here to invite you to the gift of intuition. I will be speaking on the gift of intuition next Sunday, and we will be doing a workshop from 1 to 3 next Sunday. Your intuition is your greatest gift from the Creator. It's that still small inner voice that guides you and leads you and loves you. And now more than ever, it is absolutely essential for us to learn how to tune in, tap in, follow, and trust our intuition. And as someone who's been doing that and teaching that for many years, I'm happy to bring this workshop to you. So, if you have any questions, I'll be available after the service. We have a table set up out in the narthex after, and I hope that you will join us. This will be a transformational day and a transformational workshop that's really going to help you to deepen your connection with Spirit. So thank you. Thank you.
Expressive Arts Workshop is back. Lisa Cooper is leading her third workshop at Unity Renaissance. It's going to be Monday, June 26th at 11 a.m. It uses low-skill immersive art, writing, and visualization activities. We will explore who we really are and how we can safely express ourselves. This month's topic is love and loss. So I know that's a pretty important topic for a lot of people. Again, there is a table outside in the narthex. You can sign up for that as well. Go ahead.
On Friday, July 7th, join our amazing Unity Renaissance music team for another summer concert outside. Bring a chair, bring a dish, have yourself prepared to dance and move because you're going to want to. If you haven't gone before, it is quite a treat to be outside, being with the weather, the wind blowing, and then to hear this group playing some of your favorite songs, encouraging you to just express yourself. So I'm going to say it again, July 7th, join your Unity Renaissance music team for a delightful summer concert.
A Board of Trustee member will be available each Sunday after the service for any Unity Renaissance related questions. This week it is Jim Hudson. Thank you, Jim. You can find him after service either in the sanctuary, narthex, or Meyer Hall. If you have any questions, please ask him.
Well, just to add for the intuition workshop she's going to have, if you're planning to come, bring a bag lunch and just plan to stay for the workshop. It should be very good. Carol Ann will be giving us information on the gift of intuition. And, you know, we all have it somewhere inside. So she's going to pull it out. And I'm looking forward to that.
Now is our time of service where everybody stands and we welcome in our children.
We are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Happy Father's Day. Today, our sweet children are going to be sharing all about our fathers, just as we did to honor our mothers. We're very happy for this day. But first, we'd like to bless our offertory. It seems that our children, I'd like to share for a moment, thought that when they had to give money, they're giving to Jesus. And I thought that was very interesting. So we had a great talk about keeping the lights on at Unity and the electricity and the wonderful air conditioning we had this morning and how we pay for those things. And then they were like, oh, we want to help the church. And so we gathered so much money this morning that I feel so very grateful. So in that spirit, I'd like to say, take a deep breath and thank you, sweet spirit, for all these children have to offer today. Our monetary gifts, as well as our sharing and our presence and our joy that they brought to us this morning. And so it is. Amen. We have sharers today? We do. We have lots.
So today we learned about a story called The Summer My Father Was 10. It was about her dad, and him and his friends were playing near this person's garden, and they ended up making a big mess of the garden. And then afterward, he helped rebuild the garden as like a sorry gift. And I made this picture for Dad.
So instead of doing it for my dad, I did it for my grandma, and it says, my grandma is a special person in my life because she is a lovable, kind, awesome, amazing person. And then it says, love you, Grandma.
So I made a card for my dad, and the title is Why I Love You, Dad. You are there to talk to me when I'm feeling blue. I can't believe I have a dad like you. I can't imagine what I'd do without you. If you leave, I'll miss you. I am so happy to be your daughter, so have the best Father's Day you can possibly have.
Wonderful.
I just want to say welcome to Ava and her family. They're brand new. This is our first time visiting with Unity Renaissance, so we're so happy that she's here to share.
We wrote cards for our dads or special people, and what I wrote was, my dad, I love him because he's fun, kind, amazing, joyful, nice, cool, and he's loveful, and he's silly and creative.
Did you want to share? Did you want to share? No? Okay. I have 2 sharers in the back. Uniteens.
I love my dad because he was here for me, and my mom is not.
I love my dad because even though we go through a lot, that's my best friend, and he can teach me things other people can't.
At this time, we'd love all the masculine energies in the sanctuary to please stand. If you're a caregiving male, please stand for this moment. We'd like to pray for you. Children, raise our hands. We see you. We appreciate you. And we so love you. Happy Father's Day. If anyone could join us now in the prayer for protection and the peace song, everyone please stand and join us. Thank you so much.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take